I had forgotten what a bugger it is to do this with an eye patch. You can't get the button because you have no depth perception. You're just coming in for a landing really long. Oh man. Please excuse this. This is on suffering, frailties, and a bridge to heaven via love. What is love? If, as St. Paul says, love never ends, then love is itself the bridge linking earth to heaven. We can ask ourselves whether we are advancing along this bridge. Do I let myself be touched by the situation of someone in need? Do I pray for those whom no one thinks about? Can I weep for those who are suffering? Do I pray for those whom no one prays with or for? Do I help someone who has nothing to give back to me? This is not to be sentimental or to engage in little acts of charity. These are questions of life, questions of our future possible resurrection. Suffering need not be physical only. One of today's most frequent pathologies is also spiritual. It is a suffering of the heart. It causes sadness for a lack of love. When we experience disappointment or betrayal in important relationships, we come to realize how vulnerable and defenseless we are. The temptation to become self-absorbed grows so much the stronger that we risk losing life's greatest opportunity to love in spite of everything. Hope and joy is what then shows us how the full community is doing. Hope and joy tell us what is inside of each community. Is there hope? Is there joy? If yes to both, even in a small amount, it is going well for this community. But when there is a little hope, just the tiniest wee bit, everyone knows for certain that it is present in that community. So if the joy is so tempered, so isolated, so minuscule, this is a bad thing. Without hope and joy both being present, there is no love able to grow. Our beloved foster father, St. Joseph, is a bodily and faith reminder that having faith in God also includes believing that He can work even through our fears, our frailties, and our weaknesses. We must not leave frailties aside. It is a theological place. my fragility, the fragility of each one of us, is a theological place of encounter with the Lord. The Superman ministers, priests, pastors, and faith readers who end up very badly, all of them. The faith minister who knows and recognizes his or her own weaknesses and talks about them with the Lord. She or he will do just fine. She or he will be understood by all in the congregation, for she or he accepts their own humanity and recognizes and accepts that they are sinners, just like all other human beings. So think on it. What was the gift or gifts that the Lord gave you through Paul? Are you someone who's to be a teacher? Are you someone who should be a superhero? Are you then someone to be a messenger? How about just being someone's friend and helping that one person? Meeting them at church and start talking to them. Because imagine this, at 40, when you're living independently of others, people think, A, you're filthy, stinking rich. Tell you, you're not. The law requires us to be poor. And you think, B, someone sliding her money under the table. Every table I sit at, I look under it. Just chewed gum, which I have never understood. What prompts a person to put chewing gum under their table, for God's sakes? I mean, why don't they just put it under their shoe? Why don't they just wrap it in a napkin right there? Why would they ever say to themselves, oh, I gotta get rid of this gum? What should I do? Put it in the plant. Make sure it's wrapped in a napkin. But then do something of human intelligence. Recycle it. Put it in the garbage. But in the meantime, while the rest of you are finishing your meals, do not forget to thank and tip your server. May the peace of the Lord be with each of you always. And the 3 letters I often put at the bottom of the column, P as in Paul, A, X as in X-ray. That is the Latin word for peace. Pax. Pax Christi is the peace of Christ.